What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. The Milwaukee Bucks just lost to the Indiana Pacers. The Los Angeles Clippers just lost to the Mavs. And the Suns just lost to the Timberwolves. Let's just jump right in and talk about it. You know how we do?
If this world were mine.
So we're going to start with the Bucks first, y'all. The Bucks played the Pacers. This was game 3. I'm going to just call it like I see it. The Bucks gave it all they had. I mean, remember I talked about in my last Bucks video when I reviewed that Bucks Indiana Pacers game 2. I talked about how Dame was so tired. You could literally see him struggling to go to the ball. Dame was tired, y'all. Doc Rivers even noticed it. Doc said he had to really pay attention to how he subbed Dame in when he took him out. You know, he had to really manage his minutes because he needed him at his best down the stretch. And he tried. He tried to manage those minutes, but Dame definitely wasn't his best down the stretch. As they went to Chris Middleton came through and put the game into overtime with a big 3. You know, Bobby Portis I don't know if he kind of looked tired to me also, at least mentally. He could have been physically tired as well, but he definitely looked mentally fatigued. The team is mentally fatigued. Like I said before, that whole bubble of energy is about depending on Giannis. They definitely want Giannis to come save him. You know what I'm saying? Not that he's going to do it by himself, but they really need his presence. They need his contribution is a better word. You know what I mean? They really need Giannis. Not that that's going to be enough to beat the Pacers, but they need him. But he's not 100%. You know, Dame injured his knee. I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully Dame is good. They gave it all they had to give for this night. It just wasn't enough in Indiana. It just wasn't enough. The Pacers did what they were supposed to do. They stayed aggressive. They kept playing the game the right way, moving the ball. We heard Halliburton, how his dad used to have him study tapes of Magic Johnson. Well, you can see that. You can see that in the way he plays, the way he sees the game, and the way he seizes the game as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he definitely seizes the moment, and he definitely has an awkward shot like Magic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see some of those type similarities. You got to tip your hat to the Pacers again. I'm going to say it again. We'll see how the Bucks respond. If they can get some sort of rest, if they'll be ready mentally. I mean, that was a tough game to lose. They really did everything they could. So we'll see how the Bucks respond, man. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Are the Bucks done? It's just 2-1. You know what I'm saying? Still 2 games to go to get to 4. So, you know, we'll see what the Bucks can do. You know what I'm saying? If they can stretch the series out a little longer, maybe give Giannis some more time to come back. If so, let's jump right into the Mavericks and the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, this game, again, was another game we were looking forward to seeing. Definitely when it comes to adjustments, we saw Luka kind of dominate the ball a little bit more this game, throw the curveball to the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? But then we saw Luka also distribute, you know, we saw Kyrie do what Kyrie, and this was without Tim Hardaway Jr., you know what I'm saying? Not that he's the biggest piece to the puzzle, but, you know, he's still, you know what I mean, a part of that rotation. They did a really good job. I mean, Derek Lively, my goodness, they definitely did a good job of getting him involved, neutralizing Zubac, if not just completely taking Zubac out the game. Remember, I said that Zubac, you're not going to win a championship going to Zubac anyway. So the Mavericks did a great job in attacking that, because that's obviously the case, right? So the Mavericks did a good job of attacking that, you know, utilizing that realization that we don't need to be scared or worried about Zubac. Let's attack that. They did a good job of that. On the other side of the ball, the Clippers, man, the Clippers got to do a better job. When we saw the frustration, and they have a right to be frustrated. 4 Hall of Famers. 4 Hall of Famers. And if one's not right, 3. The Mavericks, Luka and Kyrie, and that's me, you know, saying Luka's going to be a Hall of Famer. We know Kyrie's a Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying, regardless of how people feel about him. Him not being on the USA team, which is crap, but he's a Hall of Famer. My goodness, man, the Clippers got to figure something out. They got to figure something out. And I think some of that is Paul George has to be aggressive. Him and James Harden just have to be aggressive, man. Be aggressive and getting your shot. Be aggressive and setting up your teammates. Just be aggressive. A little bit of aggressiveness in Paul George this game, but I need a lot more. And then I need him to be a little more mindful. You know, when he was aggressive and blew by Luka on that move to the basket and took off, I know he saw Gafford coming for help. I know he did. But I guess he figured, you know, he was playoff P from back in the day and not playoff P from right now. And he thought he was going to go over top of him. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But he thought he was going to go over top of the outstretched arm and dunk on him. That's just not what took place. That's not what took place. Gafford said, nah, not going to happen. You know, but he should have brought that back down. You know what I'm saying? Cuffed it. You know what I'm saying? Went on the other side. Something. You know what I mean? I know Paul George knows what to do in those moments. I know he can finish around the basket. So I just really wasn't too appreciative of him trying to dunk on Gafford in that situation. I know the pride was there. Maybe the ego was there, but the effectiveness and the execution was not. You know what I'm saying? I expect a little more from Paul George, from playoff P. Matter of fact, he needs to become playoff P and just be aggressive, man. Be aggressive, getting off that shot, man. 7 threes, 8 threes, whatever. You need to knock down some threes, man. Play your game. You know what I'm saying? Play your game. Your team needs it. Your team, because right now Norman Powell is outplaying everybody on the Clippers team. We saw Westbrook just kind of lose his cool. Russ was not happy out there with the way things were going, and we saw him, you know what I'm saying, But one thing I'm going to say about that before we move on to the Suns and the Timberwolves, Russ and those guys were frustrated. Now, everybody else was kind of normally frustrated how things were going, but Russ was angry. Terrence Mann, a little angry. But them guys, feeling that way, and Luka and them are having fun. Luka and Kyrie and them are having fun. They having fun on their end. So imagine if you get Luka focused. And you get him pissed off. Ain't that what happened when he dropped that 71 on the Hawks? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. You tell me. But you don't want to see a focus. Who you got on you saw what Luka has been doing to Kawhi. Maybe Kawhi isn't right, but nonetheless, he's out there. You see what Luka's doing to Kawhi. He's not worried about Kawhi at all. So do you want him having fun or do you want him being focused, locked in? I don't think you want to see that smoke. I don't think you want to see it. And Kyrie, in my opinion, I agree with Kenyon Martin. Kyrie is a better player than Luka. He's just not. It's a different role. It's a different role. He's older, so it's just a different assignment for him. He's not asked to be an aggressive killer all the time, just when the moments present themselves. Trust me, if Kyrie was to come out and just be all dog all game long, yeah, I don't think y'all want to see that either. So you don't want to see Luka and Kyrie drop 40 each in the next game. So I don't know what the plan was there. You know what I'm saying? But the Clippers got to figure it out, and they got to execute on the floor because they're not going to bully nobody. That's not going to happen because you got LAC on your chest at all. You got to get out there and you got to play. So we'll see if the Clippers can do that. And we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But we'll see if the Clippers can get back in this series. You know what I'm saying? It's 2-1 in that series as well. Now let's get to the Timberwolves and the Suns. They're about done. We ain't going to spend a lot of time, but they're about done. All right. Remember, I said in my last video, guys, the Suns were definitely, I said in the last couple videos, the Suns are definitely looking to the sideline for some help, for some guidance, for some direction. They played a little better. They played better this game. I'm not going to sit here and act like they didn't. I mean, they're at home. They better, but it wasn't good enough. And you could tell it wasn't going to be good enough. They had to come with another wave of something that they just didn't have. Whether it was a wave of defense, a wave of offense from the bench, I don't know, but they just didn't have it. And I'm hesitant to say they don't have it, but it doesn't look like they do. You know what I'm saying? It looks like they about to get swept. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't see what they can do to counter what the Timberwolves are doing right now, because the Timberwolves have so much to come with. You know what I'm saying? The bench is playing well, and then you got to deal with Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? And if you focus too much on him, then you got Karl Anthony Towns. You focus too much on him, you got Mike Conley. You focus too much. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and these guys play basketball. They all know how to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? They've been schooled well. I don't see the Pheonix Suns winning the game in this series, so they're probably going to get swept. We'll see what happens with the Lakers and the Nuggets, but nonetheless, man, I mean, we're seeing how things are starting to shape out in this playoffs. The Timberwolves are looking like they're going to move on. We'll see what happens with the Clippers and the Mavs, and we'll see what happens with the Bucks and the Pacers, guys. But the Bucks don't look good. The Bucks don't look, they look fatigued, bro. I'm not liking what I'm seeing in their eyes and their body language. I'm not liking it. But comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on so far with these games, these series. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right.
If this world were mine,